I'm gonna suggest that we back off slowly while facing the mammoth. Last time I shot him with the crossbow, that didn't work. Let's see if this does anything. I think that the creature is waiting to see what we'll do before it takes any action, I say. Typically when you encounter a red-eyed mammoth, it should be enough to slowly back away from it while maintaining eye contact. It would leave you alone, but I'm not sure what happens when it's been specifically instructed to kill by its summoner. Let's try backing away for now. With a little luck, maybe it won't attack us. Well, Hardwick says you're the creature expert. Come on, everyone, let's back up a little. We all take a few steps slowly while keeping our eye on the monster, and we try to observe its reaction. The mammoth keeps standing there looking at us for a while, then all of a sudden begins to run towards us in an attempt to trample us under its feet. So much for that plan. Hardwick says get ready to fight. And then there's just a fight between Hardwick and all that. So this is the point where we are flying right above the mammoth when using Melindra's powers and all that. We ask her to cast a spell on us. She does, and now we're flying and whatnot. Now 2 Veron riders are coming down to attack us. I did try to kill them last time, but it says to bribe them, which is funny when that's not something I would have thought of, but okay. Try to bribe the orcs into joining my side. Wait, I tell the orcs as they're approaching me. You guys can speak common, right? You don't need to keep fighting. We don't need to keep fighting each other. Maybe we can make a deal. We don't make deals with humans, says one of the orcs. We only serve Tyrath. He then tries to impale me with his spear, but I dive out of the way. Then I try to reason with him. Only Tyrath, I say. But what if I were to give you more money than the dragon? Couldn't that change your mind? Make you change your mind? Our loyalty towards the dragonkin cannot be broken by mere promises of wealth, the orc says furiously. Hold on a second, the other orc says. Just how much gold are we talking about? They take my gold patch out of my pocket and open it. Notice the fact that I also have a few gems inside. If I show these orcs only the gold, I will probably not be able to buy them off. Not a single one of these gems should be enough for them to live the rest of their life without any worry. But a single one of them. Okay, I decide to take out a large ruby from my pouch and I hold it up in front of the orcs so I can have it. They have it see clearly. I have many more of these in my backpack, I say. So I wouldn't mind parting with 1 or 2 for the sake of temporary alliance. I'm willing to offer you both this ruby in advance, and if you actually help me by driving back the other orcs, I will also give you a shiny diamond to go along with it. What do you say? Your offer is tempting, human, the second orc says, without being able to fully hide the greed in his eyes. Or what would we orcs do with such treasure? Where else would we live our lives if not in Tara's domain? It's like any of the human cities ever accept us within their walls. I hear that Fyron is taking in refugees, I say. You know the Fyron, right? You know about Fyron, right? The goblin general? The orc says in a thoughtful voice. Yes, I do know about him. I heard that his camp has been doing better in the past few years. Also heard that he accepts all type of monsters nowadays, not only goblins. It wouldn't be such a bad idea to go pay him a visit. Do you realize what you're saying? Says the first orc, shocked. What do you speak of his treason? Is it really? The second orc says. Tyrath is barely giving us enough money to afford our food and weapons. Why are we so loyal to him? If we accept the human's offer, we could live like kings. Think about it, brother. A creative solution. You're no brother of mine, the first orc says with pure hatred in his heart, and he dives towards his former companion with his spear aimed at his heart. The second orc manages to raise himself into the air before the other one reaches him, and he pushes his spear into the comrade's chest, making him fall off the where into his death. Let this be the first sacrifice to our alliance, human, the surviving orc says while raising his bloody spear in the air. Here's the ruby for your trouble. As I toss the ruby I was holding in my hand earlier. The orc catches the gem with both his hand. As promised, I will also give you a diamond when the other orcs are dead. Traitor, shouts other orcs in the air as he also dives with his Veron towards us in an attempt to impale his old ally with his spear. The betrayed orc does not wait for his adversary to reach him, and he flies upward, driving his spear through the enemy Veron's chest, making it stop flapping his wing and sending it falling to the ground along with his rider, killing them both. What's going on here? Kate shouts from a distance. She sees what's happening. The orc is fighting on our side. As of now, I shout at her. Flower, make sure not to attack him. Which is funny. You know, I got these gems from that little area when we went to the orc or ogre fort or whatever it's called. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, when we went there, that's where I got the gems from. So they did come in handy. Right, Kate and Luna both say at the same time. Then they continue to fight their enemies in the sky. We'll deal with the mammoth now, I tell my new orc ally. You know what to do. I then leave the orc behind and I fly to the lower altitude, closer to the mountain than Hardwick and the others are still fighting. Seems that while I was busy with the Veteran, Mammoth has changed his tactic and is now trying to trample Darren and Noldren instead of focus on her. Yeah, this is the same shit after that. So last time I went for the eyes, that failed, and then I attacked the nostrils, so I'm just gonna attack the nostrils straight up. So we're gonna do that. Nostrum might be a little harder. I think we just get in there and we just like shove around for a little bit. So they were asking like how did they like figure out our location. They could also have scouts scattered all over the continent. I think I'm just gonna go with that. I think I went with that last time as well. I'll just go with whatever they have tracking skill cast on us. You mean like the one that the Golden Fox on cast on us before we arrived in Thelius? Darren says, I don't think that's the case. As a white mage, I should be able to detect these sort of spells better than anyone. Fox is really powerful spirit from the magical plane, as a spell would be much more difficult to detect than normal, but these are just lowly monsters. I really shouldn't have any trouble detecting spells cast by one or two orc mages. Yeah, look, your elementalists are coming down now, Noldren says. I think they're done killing the Varen riders. No, wait, there's one more. He's coming down for us. Get ready. Hold on, I say, don't attack him. That one is working for us. He is, Darren asks confused. Yeah, I bribed him with some gems and he switched sides in the middle of the battle, I say. Ha! Roderick says, what did I tell you about Barry and his resourcefulness? It's like he has this constant supply of crazy ideas in his head. Whenever he needs one, he just pulls it out like it's nothing. I mean, seriously, who else would have actually thought of trying to bribe an enemy orc in the middle of a fight? As Kate and Darren come landing on the ground next to us, the Varen rider stops a dozen feet above the ground as the Varen keeps slowly flapping his wings to maintain its altitude. All the other orcs are dead, human, the orc says. I fulfilled my end of the bargain, and now will fulfill mine, I tell him, as I take a diamond out of my gold pot to throw it to him. The orc catches the diamond in his hand, and he studies it from every angle to make sure it's not a fake, and then he puts it in his sash after he's wearing around his waist. I must leave now, human, the orc says, before any of the other Tyrant's troops come to this location and find out that I'm still alive. Perhaps we'll meet again. Yeah, I say, I'll make sure to say hi if I ever visit Firon's camp. The orc nods and he utters a command to his Varen, which makes it go up and as far away from this place as possible. Is it over? Kate says, are they all dead? Or is there some third wave of enemies still waiting to ambush us? Nah, Haruka says, there's no one else. I even checked above this time around. They're going to bring new reinforcement out. They're going to be I doubt that it's going to be anytime soon after beating they've taken in this place. We should at least be prepared, and we should start the whole Noldren quest line of going to where Noldren is telling us to go. There's Melindra is suspicious of Darren's old master Noldren. I don't know what his plan is, Melindra says. I can't read minds. All I know is that my instincts are telling me not to trust him. Listen, I'm not saying that that we shouldn't go with him at all. Believe me, there's nothing that I love better than for us to get teleported right at Nolan's doorstep without any effort on our part. I still think we should be cautious. We shouldn't just take everything this guy says for granted. Do you understand what I'm saying? I guess we could ask Haruka to I think you're worrying over nothing. Noldren seems alright. Nah, Noldren is not alright. So I guess we could ask Haruka to regularly check for traps on our way to Noldren's camp. And I'll make sure to use magical sense to see if there aren't any mages trying to jump us. I still don't get why everyone's so willing to trust this guy they've only just met. They're still treating me like some outsider, and then some new mage comes along and suddenly it's like they're already part of, well, he is the old master and all that. Hearing check level 2 successful. I don't know if I got this last time. As we get closer to our destination, notice that there are no sounds coming whatsoever from the camp. But yeah, they definitely read this before. Okay. So here's Melindra saying, pull me out. I'm gonna say yes so. Good. And then she's gonna, prepare her huge fucking tornado or whatever after we're done with the conversation. So here we're just taunting and like having casual conversation with him. There's really no point in all this. So we're talking to Talmac and we're gonna go, did anyone ever tell you that your dwarf henchman looks more intimidating than you? And he's gonna be like, did you bring a fucking clown with you? That's ridiculous. A jester with you? And all that is just the same conversation.